Enormous machines roar across the dusty outback like a scene from Mad Max, but these vehicles have no one behind the wheel.
No driver in there. It actually is really amazing, this technology.
It's no fictional desert wasteland, but a thriving round-the-clock mine site, moving millions of tonnes of iron ore, pumping billions into the Australian economy. Welcome to the biggest autonomous mining operation on the planet.
I firmly believe this is the way of the future.
We're at Fortescue's Solomon mine site, north of Tom Price, around 1,700 kilometres from Perth. It's 5 a.m. and the workers take compulsory breath tests before starting their 12-hour shift. There's a variety of roles and titles, but truck driver isn't one of them.
Just this 302 finger up here is pretty boggy, so just got to keep an eye on that one.
This is the high-tech control room for the driverless trucks.
Because we don't have drivers on these trucks, that control room is really the heart and soul of our operation.
Using computer screens with complex maps and signals, the mine controllers run the fleet of 56 autonomous trucks across 3 main pits.
Their intervention into the system is by exception only, so when a truck stops, it's really up to them to troubleshoot why that truck has stopped, sort the issue out and allow the truck to proceed on its way.
When the light changes from green to blue, the truck is in autonomous mode. A puff of smoke and a cloud of red dust, and this one is off for a day's work. Here's what it looks like inside the driverless truck. Each one is fitted with a GPS device, their every move tracked by a computer server.
Truck's got onboard sensors on the front of the machine that allows it to actually see what's in front of it.
If obstacles approach, vehicles, people, birds, they'll slow down and come to a complete stop.
Very predictable, very safe, and there's a lot of programming in place to make sure that they will stop if there's an obstacle in the way.
Each 160-tonne truck carries 240 tonnes of iron ore. That's 400 tonnes of metal moving across the mine site at 60 kilometres an hour.
When we have wet weather or when we've had a bit of rain, we can apply global speed limits or traction control limits on the trucks, but generally the trucks will decide how fast they want to take roads and corners themselves.
Only up close can you appreciate the size of these machines and the speed with which they travel across the mine site. And then you remember, there's no one behind the wheel.
Since 2013, since we started the first autonomous trucks, we've moved over 500 million tonnes autonomously.
It's not just trucks. These huge drilling machines used to be individually operated. As of late last year, they're now driverless too.
We've got a fully autonomous, fully integrated mine site. We've got no separation as such between our manned operations and our autonomous fleet.
Just wait till you see how the 6 autonomous drill rigs are remotely operated.
This is where all the control takes place. This is our drill command centre.
2 drill controllers monitor 3 rigs each using remote cameras and a wall of screens. When they need to manually control one of the drills, they do it using a video game controller.
We've got an Xbox controller that we can actually control our drills with remotely.
Yes, a standard Xbox controller, manoeuvring millions of dollars worth of equipment.
So it looks like one big computer game.
It does look like one big computer game, but I can definitely assure you these guys are hard at work at the moment, drilling holes and making sure that, we achieve what we need to with this system.
Before you get too worried about computers and robots taking over the workforce, Fortescue insists it hasn't slashed staff.
There's absolutely been no redundancies through that whole process. We've planned this well in advance. We've made sure that all our people have been either upskilled, relocated to other operations, had opportunities for new jobs. Workers
say the benefits include improvements to safety and productivity.
We're about 30% more productive than a manned fleet. So we're moving the same amount of material with less trucks than we typically would with a manned operation.
With the Solomon success, the autonomous fleet will soon expand to the Christmas Creek and Cloudbreak mines.
We're going to convert 100 trucks over the next 2 years at those 2 mine sites to have fully autonomous operation across all our 3 mines.
After running 2 of the company's mines, Julie Shuttleworth has just begun her new role as Deputy CEO, FMG's top 2 jobs going to women.
2 of the 4 core leadership team are women. There's a lot of support around that. But the most important thing is that people have been selected for what they bring to that role, what they deliver to the business and the results they deliver to the business.
Back down on the mine, once the ore's out of the ground, the driverless trucks take it to the crushers.
When the rocks come out of the ground, they're a little bit big for our customers. We make them the right size and the right quality.
Looking like giant roller coasters, a series of conveyor belts carries the precious cargo to a processing plant.
We wash it, put it through some crushers, a couple of separation processes, and then it's ready to go into the train.
The final processing stage is here. This machine is called a reclaimer, which loads up to 17,000 tonnes an hour. Then it's off to the train, 2 kilometres long, 234 carriages, each one loaded in around 1 minute. There are no dump trucks. Again, it's all automated. The iron ore can now make its 5-hour journey to Port Hedland to be shipped to China.
It does come down to this. Ultimately, this is what our customer is after.
A tiny rock that's been sitting in an ancient riverbed for thousands of years.
This is what we take, crush it down into a fine gravel, and that's the product that we provide to our customers.
It's all done using cutting-edge technology at what is the world's biggest autonomous operation, where 500 million tonnes of iron ore have been processed in less than 5 years.
The mining boom is not over. We need mining. Mining will continue no matter what the cycles do.
While the price has been flat in recent times, the outlook for demand remains high. The big players are all looking for ways to produce more for less.
We need to keep driving innovation. It improves safety, improves productivities and efficiencies, continually to drive our costs down and makes the companies more competitive.